Hi, everyone. It's Pastor Patricia from Holy Cross in Salem, Oregon. And I'm going to read a story to you today from my Spark Story Bible, which is the perfect children's sermon for this Sunday when we talk about the raising of Lazarus. It's a funny thing to call it the raising of Lazarus, because what it really is the bringing Lazarus back to life after he dies. Kind of important. Here we go. 3 of Jesus' good friends included a man named Lazarus and his sisters Mary and Martha. Jesus was on a long journey when he found out that Lazarus was dying. It took Jesus a few days to travel to see his sick friend. When Jesus arrived, he saw Lazarus' sister Martha. She had some sad news. "Jesus, Lazarus is dead," cried Martha. "I wish you could have arrived earlier. You might have been able to save him." Jesus tried to comfort her. "Martha, don't be sad. Lazarus will live again." Martha believed what Jesus said. Then Lazarus' other sister, Mary, came to greet Jesus. She wished Jesus had come sooner too. "Jesus, if you had been here, Lazarus might still be alive," she wept. She also believed that Jesus could have healed her brother. Jesus was sad because Lazarus died too. He cried and cried. Jesus, Martha, and Mary went to the tomb where Lazarus was buried. Jesus told some people standing there, "Take the stone away from the tomb." The people were surprised at what Jesus said. Martha reminded Jesus that Lazarus had been dead for 4 days. They had already made his body ready for burial by wrapping in special clothes. But Jesus knew what he was doing. He insisted that they open the tomb. When the heavy stone was rolled away, Jesus said, "Lazarus, come out." The people were frightened and amazed when Lazarus came out of the tomb. Since his hands and his feet were all wrapped up in the burial clothes, the people had to help Lazarus. When the people saw Lazarus alive again, they laughed and sang and danced. Many people that day believed Jesus would bring new life to all people. That's Lazarus. He looks pretty alive to me. Everybody's pretty happy. Here's the thought. If you had been friends with Lazarus, how would you feel after he died? Oh, pretty bad. Pretty sad. I bet some of you have had friends or family die. It's not easy, is it? It hurts. And then the next question, how would you feel after you saw him alive again? Well, crazy happy, I think, wouldn't you? There's one thing about this story I want to share with you. I think that it's important to mention that when someone we love dies today, we don't see Jesus come and making them alive again. And so that's hard to deal with. But here's the important part. It talks about how Jesus brings new life to all people, not just in this world, but in the next. Because after we die, we go to heaven to be with Jesus. And I'd have to tell you, I'm looking forward to that day a little bit because I'll get to see a lot of people that I miss. But anyway, it's a great story about how Jesus is so powerful, he was able to raise Lazarus from the dead. And it was a great witness and convinced a lot of people to believe in Jesus as the Son of God. Thanks. Bye-bye.